باسم الأشواق بريد الحب بصدري ناجاه اشتقت إليك صديق العمر وحاشا أنساك أرسل أحداقي لترى عينك تخفي معنى.
Indeed, by the fazl and grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are hopefully going to be performing the Muraqabah Hussainiya. It is the fazl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we are sat at this blessed time of Tahajjud. And as you heard yesterday from a beloved teacher, that one of the reasons why we do these these exercises is so that when we spiritually connect and we spiritually engross ourselves with these personalities and the munzar of the Akhirah, and these personalities such as Sayyidina Imam Hussain and the Awliya and Salihin and the Prophets and Anbiya and Rusul, this then causes an effect, such a relation happens that it should cause an effect within us, that it changes us, that our whole world changes. So when we experience and live the life and live the time which Sayyidina Imam Hussain as an example experience, it should have a change in us. When we have a change intrinsically, then hopefully externally it should also have a change in us as well. So really these methodologies, these teachings that we're receiving are all the fruits and the mehnat and the blessings and from our beloved teacher Shaykh Ahmad Dabagh, from them, and they're given it to us on a plate for us to really have access and to benefit, so that forever and ever we can be of those who are blessed people and those people who have connected before we are taken away from this world. So we should be really thankful that many people are throughout the world, they're wandering, they're searching, or they're completely lost even. By the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shown us a way, a path in which we can actually achieve His rida, achieve His closeness, achieve His nearness and His love, and the nearness and love of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and develop our iman and yaqeen to such levels that we can only dream of. So inshallah, I know some of you have just learnt about the muraqabah during the day. So what we'll do today is that we will do the first part, at least the cleansing part of the lataif, together collectively, and then when you will actually be told to now transfer, take the control of breath and transfer, I will, after meeting our teacher, then inshallah I will leave you to your own devices for about 10-15 minutes or so. Then as per usual we'll actually get some feedback from yourself inshallah. So now divert your minds towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His presence, rectify your intention that we're doing this purely for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And inshallah we'll recite the amals of protection collectively, which is one time Surah Fatiha, one time Ayatul Kursi and the 3 Quls. And then we shall blow on the palm of our hands and rub all of that all over our body. Thereafter the 3 states of the heart of humbleness, of thankfulness, of reliance on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, tawakkul upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then we should recite the amals, the beginning amals that we do, which is 1 times Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, 3 times Astaghfar, 3 times Durood, 3 times La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. And then we'll start the process of cleansing of the latifa for about 10-15 minutes or so, and then for about 10-15 minutes or so we shall, after transferring, we shall spend some time receiving some nasiha if need be, or guidance, or whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسي السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس بسم الله Now bring in the three states of the heart and mind of humbleness, that Allah is demanding something from us. He is demanding us that we worship Him to the best of our abilities. And even that we're not even doing really. So we show humility towards Allah that we cannot worship Him as He deserves to be worshipped, nor are we even trying really our best to worship Him, as we're full of sins. From head to toe we're full of sins. Now bring in the state of thankfulness that despite all of this baggage, despite all of these deficiencies that we have, all the gand and evil that we have, He still loves us, and He still wants to keep on benefiting us, and He's always still, always He is the greatest helper, He is the greatest khair for us, He always wants goodness for us. What a Lord that we have, that despite all the sins that we committed, if we turn to Him sincerely, He forgives and doesn't hold anything back. In the state of reliance that I do not rely on my abilities, I do not rely upon my intellect, I do not rely upon my amals, I don't rely upon anything other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is His fadl, and it is His mercy and grace and His power, through His power, that I will travel, that I will experience, that I will see, that I will taste, that I will feel, that I will experience. It's all relying upon Him. Now if you just repeat after me. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Astaghfirullah. 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 الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه. اللهم يا ربي بجاه نور وجهك الكريم وبفضلك العظيم اجمع بيننا وبينك في الدنيا قبل الآخرة. اللهم يا ربي بجاه سيدنا محمد ابن عبد الله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم اجمع بيننا وبين سيدنا محمد ابن عبد الله في الدنيا قبل الآخرة. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين خصوصا على سيدنا إمام حسين وعلى شهداء كربلاء بعدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا مقصود إلا الله لا مطلوب إلا الله لا مسجود إلا الله لا محبوب إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله 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 Now, inshallah Aziz, bring in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me, He is seeing me, He is hearing me. Imagine the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it beautifully lit up high above in the sky, white in color. This beautiful white light is now coming down from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, going all the way down. And as you breathe in through your nose, the light is hitting from your head, enters the head, and then the light is spreading all the way down, filling your chest, your arms, your legs, your feet, filling the whole of your body with light. And then as you breathe out through the mouth, all anxiety, all your problems, all your sins, all your worries, they're all exiting the mouth. So as you take deep breaths in, this white light is now, which is come from the nail of Allah, coming all the way down, entering your body. And then as you breathe out, deep breaths out, all darkness, sins, worries, anxieties exiting the mouth. whilst keeping the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me, He's seeing me, He's hearing me. Imagine the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is red in color, beautifully lit up in the sky. The name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is red in color. And this time as you breathe in, what will happen is that there's a beautiful red light is coming down from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it's coming all the way down. And as you breathe in, it enters through the nose. And it goes all the way down and hits the red latifa, which is based below the belly button. And as you breathe out, it then cleanses, purifies and energizes the latifa and exits from the back. So as you breathe in through the nose, the light is entering through the nose, through the red light from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it goes all the way down to the red latifa, which is based below your belly button. And as you breathe out, you exit from the back. So do this for some breaths. Now imagine the beautiful name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is orange in color, high above in the sky. And this beautiful orange light is coming down from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and as you breathe in through the nose, the light enters through the nose and it goes all the way down to the orange latifa, which is based at your belly button, your navel area. And as you breathe out, it's energizing, purifying, cleansing the latifa, and it exits from the back. So the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, orange in color, and as you breathe in through the nose, light enters through the nose, and it enters and goes all the way down to the orange latifa, which is based in your belly button area. And as you breathe out, the light exits from the back of the orange latifa. Now imagine the blessed name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is yellow in color, and yellow light is coming down from the blessed name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as you breathe in again through the nose, the light will enter through the nose, and it will hit, goes all the way down and hits the yellow latifa, which is based on the stomach area. And as you breathe out, it energizes, cleanses the yellow latifa and exits from the back of the stomach. So the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is yellow in color, and it go down to the yellow latifa, which is based at the stomach area. Now imagine the blessed name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is green in color. This beautiful green light is coming from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all the way down. And as you breathe in, it enters the nose and it goes all the way down to the green latifa, which is based in your chest area. And as you breathe out, it energizes, cleanses the green latifa and exits from the back of the chest. So the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is green in color. Go to the green latifa, which is all the way in your chest area. imagine the Blessed Name of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is in light blue color, and this light blue light is coming all the way down from the name of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. And as you breathe in, enter through the nose, and it goes all the way down to the light blue latifa, which is in your throat area. And as you breathe out, it energizes, cleanses the latifa and exits from the back of the neck. So the name of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is light blue, and as you breathe in, it hits the light blue latifa, which is in your throat area. And as you breathe out, it exits from the back of the neck. Now imagine the beautiful name of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is dark blue in color, and this time as you breathe in, imagine the light is coming from the name of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the dark blue light. It goes directly, the light will go directly to the dark blue, the indigo color latifa, which is based on your forehead area. It will strike the latifa, hit it, energize it as you breathe out, cleansing the latifa, and then exit from the back of the head. And so the name of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is dark blue color, or indigo color, and it goes directly, as you breathe in, it directly hits the latifa, which is on your forehead area, and as you breathe out, it exits from the back of the head. Now imagine the blessed name of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is white in color, and white light is coming down from the name of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. And this time again, as you breathe in, it's going to hit the white latifa which is directly above the head. It's going to strike it directly. And as you breathe out, it energizes the white latifa, cleanses it, activates it, and it exits from the back of the latifa. So the name of Allah is white in color. As you breathe in, it will hit directly the white latifa which is above the head. And as you breathe out, it exits from the back of the latifa. Now this time, as we get ready to transfer, is that we're going to do in 3 stages. First is we've done the preparation. Second, we're just cleansing the lataif. Now we're going to ready for the transfer. What we're going to do is imagine the nail is white in color again. Beautiful white light will come down. This time, as we breathe in, what will happen is that the white light, which is coming from the nail of energizes, fills the whole body with light. As it's filling the body with light, it's also energizing all the latifa. As you breathe out, again it's filling the body with light. And what's happening is that the body will get bigger and bigger and bigger and expand, become like a balloon. As you slowly start to expand, you will feel as though the body is feeling lighter, and your whole limbs will start slowly, the body will start disappearing, and then you'll be left with just latifa and the breath and the spirit. And then when the time will come, we'll tell you then to form the spiritual body of the teacher, and you'll then breathe into the teacher and then transfer. So now imagine the nail is white in color. Beautiful white light is going down from the navel of Santala. As you breathe in, it's filling the whole body with light, and your body starts to expand and gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So do this for some while. Take deep breaths. Feel your body expanding. filling with light. Energizing the lata'is again, enlighten them even more. You'll start slowly feeling lightheaded. Your body will getting lighter. Now, slowly, your feet are slowly disappearing. Continue the breathing. Your legs are disappearing. Your abdomen, stomach area, chest area is disappearing. Your arm is disappearing. Now your whole body has disappeared. Keep on breathing. Slowly now, each one of the latifas will start to disappear, extinguish should I say. The red has disappeared. The orange, yellow, green, light blue, dark blue, white has disappeared. Now, all you're left with is your breath and the spirit. What I want you to do is now visualize and create the spiritual body of the teacher Shaykh Ahmad al-Bagh, their spiritual body. Imagine it in front of you, and then formulate this now. And then when I tell you to breathe and transfer, take the golden breath, you breathe your spirit into the spiritual body of the teacher and then transfer. So keep on breathing. Meanwhile, make the spiritual body the form of the teacher now in front of you. When you are ready, take the golden breath and transfer. Find the teacher once you transferred. Find the teacher and go to the manzar of the night scene of Karbala, how it is like, what the clouds, what were they saying, the moon, the air, the wind, the land. Spend time being in the tent. Then go to the day scene, at your battle itself. What would you do? What would you have done? And then bring yourself back to the future in the present tense, in front of the grave of the Mazar of Sayyidina Imam Hussain with the teacher. And then you'll imagine light is coming from the Mazar of Sayyidina Imam Hussain. You'll enter the light with the teacher, and then you'll see a white courtyard, and a light is approaching you slowly, and then if you meet, you meet. So I'll leave you to it now in your journey. وسلم صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Now if you can take permission from wherever you are, give your salam and take permission from your shaykhs, and then bring yourself back to your consciousness and your body, inshallah. And then you may open your eyes and inshallah we will take some feedback. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. It's just on the stop speaker. This is, I don't know if you're still in Muraqabah state, but you need to get yourself out of the Muraqabah state. Now you give your feedback now. So, mashallah, I know you're very skilled at this now, very proficient, but you need to give your feedback now. It's like giving your sabak. So, especially the new brothers who tried for the first time, if you like to give your feedback, inshallah, this. Just give it to them, inshallah. Just, okay. Were you asleep or tired? Oh, okay, try and bring yourself back, inshallah. Okay, give it to the other brother, inshallah. This is you shouldn't be shy because we need to know how was the practice. And don't worry about everybody else, it's so that we know that you've understood how to do the exercise, so that then maybe then we can actually rectify the mistakes and errors that maybe we didn't explain the thing properly. Maybe you didn't understand, we didn't explain. So just so that I know that you were able to do it or not, hence why I need you to just tell me how it is. Maybe you didn't see anything, don't worry about seeing it.
It's okay, I couldn't able to transfer myself.
You weren't able to transfer? Okay. How, at the beginning, how did it feel? Were you able to follow the process of the cleansing?
Yeah, I fully managed to follow the process, but I just couldn't see the Hazrat Sahib.
Alright. So you couldn't see. So remember, as the brother would have explained to you, that these experiences are three things, that you can do it on a thought level, imagination level, and then the third is a spiritual level. So the first you can all do no matter what. So here, when I say, for example, imagine Hazrat Sahib now. Can you do it? Yeah, there you go, you can do that. So what's happening is that you need to ask yourself, why is it that I wasn't able to do this in imagination? Through imagination and thought level I can do it. So somewhere there, what happens sometimes is that we try to get too fixed into how we should see it, what we're supposed to see, how we're supposed to empty all of that concern. The basic thing you can do is on thought level and imagination level is that you're saying that alhamdulillah all the colors you're seeing, you're doing it, you're able to see that fine. The next part is transferring, visualizing Hazrat Sahib. So try and do that, visualizing. So just one question is that you doing the course of purification? Shuru kiya or nahi? So this will also help, inshallah, with your process, inshallah, if you start the course of purification. So you're able to see the red color, all the colors? Did you manage to see it? And did you feel anything?
No, I feel like very light, as you said, the body was very light.
Yeah.
I was aiming for the spiritual journey, but I couldn't
And did you feel any closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Did you feel the connection with Sayyidina Imam Hussain when you're doing it, or were you just completely empty?
I was completely empty.
Okay, that's fine. Inshallah, as you keep on practicing, but next time as you're following the Lataif cleansing, because you need at least 3 days really, we normally say people to spend, and then 2-3 cycles of 3 days before people become proficient. So this is your first attempt, mashallah, is good what you did. At least you're able to go through the Lataifs and see the cleansing. If you practice a bit more, it will make it easier for you, then you can see as a sab, and then you'll be able to transfer easy, and then see the other ones. So keep on practicing your first attempt. Try before you leave, try to do another attempt, inshallah, before you go. Okay? I can now catch it. Wa alaikum assalam. Yeah, bilkul. Although I won't be able to reply in Urdu, I'll get Brother Gufan to say it.
फर्स्ट टाइम मैंने शाम के टाइम हाजी गुफाम के साथ फर्स्ट टाइम मैंने किया, तो तब मेरी रूह ट्रांसफ़र हुई, तो तब मैंने सारा कुछ इमेजिन किया। मैंने हज़रत साहब के साथ में गया, तो वहाँ पे मैंने हज़रत अहमद अब्दुल अजीज़ तबाक साहब के मज़ार पे गया, फिर वो मुझे लेके गए मिस्र, फिर हम हज़रत इमाम हुसैन तक मेरी रूह साथ थी, लेकिन बाद में मेरी रूह का साथ छूट गया शाम में। तो अब शुरू से लेके एंड तक मैंने जब अपनी रूह हज़रत साहब को दे दी, फिर वो मुझे 10वीं मुहर्रम थी, मैंने उस सब कुछ देखा तो नहीं, पर मेरी सब इमेजिनेशन थी कि मैं वो घोड़ों पे हूँ, मैं जंग कर रहा हूँ। मैंने हज़रत इमाम हुसैन को इमेजिन किया, और सबसे अच्छी चीज़ जो मेरे लिए थी, मैंने वो प्यास महसूस करने की कोशिश की। मैं मांगता रहा मैं वो प्यास महसूस कर सकूं, वो प्यास महसूस कर सकूं।
माशाल्लाह। So उस वक्त भी अभी एक्सपीरियंस है?
जी अभी ये अभी का है।
So जो डिस्क्राइब करे कैसे the scene इमाम हुसैन आप देखे, कैसे देखा, उसका शक्ल कैसे है?
मैं शक्ल नहीं देख सका, वो मेरी सिर्फ इमेजिनेशन थी कि वो इमाम हुसैन।
नहीं, वो डिस्क्राइब करे तो इमेजिनेशन तो आप तो कह रहे, तो सो डिस्क्राइब कर सकते हैं?
नहीं, वो जस्ट मेरे सामने थे, हज़रत साहब मेरे साथ थे।
Inshallah, that's fine. What you experienced is very, very good. But एक चीज़ is that you leave the जैसा आप कह रहे हैं, मैं इमेजिनेशन करता है, I did the imagination, I imagined, है ना? वो आप, your job as the person who's practicing, आपका काम क्या है? Is to relate.
Yes.
मसलन आप डॉक्टर पे पास पे जाएंगे, आपका इलाज चाहिए ना, so आप क्या कहेंगे? मेरा बीमार इधर है। So if you now say, my illness is here, my illness is there, and the doctor is there, but then I think the reason why the illness is there is because of this and because of this and because of this. The doctor said, why have you come to me for? If you're deciding for yourself, then there's no need for the doctor. So here is that your job is just to relate. आप relate करें, बेशक if it's imagination, thought level, imagination, spiritual level, you don't need to worry. Let the person, the instructor, he worry. Let him worry and decipher and choose what it is about.
Inshallah,
but mashallah, whatever you experienced, what is the feeling inside? How is your feeling?
बस मेरी something going out from my body.
Okay, so that means आप transfer किया.
100%.
So you transferred all the manzar you see, you transferred, but you do not think, but you are saying is, or you are saying yourself, you transferred, it's gone, and my body is this lightheadedness you feeling is a sign of transfer. Your spirit is transfer. Now the scene that you're seeing, it will get clearer, more clearer, more and more. When you do tazkiyah karenge, course of purification karenge, and then when you actually become more purer, your vision also, the experience will also become clearer as well. It's a relation, direct relationship. Tazkiyah and the experience is a direct relationship. So inshallah, zarur aur practice kare aur clear honge. Mashallah Mubarak. First attempt you've actually transferred and you actually seen this manzar, and this will get clearer for you. But apart from the feeling of that I transferred, आपके emotions है ना, और कैसे that do you feel more connected to Sayyidina Imam Hussain by this muraqabah?
I think.
Huh? This is the what we translate that through the muraqabah, this process. Different muraqabah हमारे पास है, लेकिन what it's supposed to do is that you should feel more connection, more love, emotion, that it changes. The more emotion that you create inside, it will then manifest into your limbs and your bodies to do change outwardly. So that's how we cultivate these things. This is how it's going to help, inshallah.
Okay. Thank you.
MashaAllah, Mubarak. Shah Sahib, you want to relate something? Please.
Urdu में
बिल्कुल, my Urdu is not good, but inshallah.
जी, पहले तो हमने प्रैक्टिस की थी वो भाई गुलफाम के साथ
जी,
तो वहाँ भी बड़ा अच्छा लगा। और यहाँ भी मैं सिर्फ शेख अब्दुल अजीज़ दबाग के मज़ार पाक पर जा सका हज़रत साहब के साथ, उससे आगे नहीं।
लेकिन ट्रांसफर किया,
ट्रांसफर
माशाल्लाह। वो तो बड़ी चीज़ हमारे इधर साथी है वो, there when you reach this point, some of them they struggle.
जी,
so एक चीज़ समझ लो that for us, if we are able to transfer and if we can meet our teacher spiritually, for us this is everything. हमारे लिए सब कुछ है. That's because it's through meeting, through our teacher, through Shaykh Abdul, everything else is there for us. If we
मैं समझ रहा था ये अनकम्प्लीट है, लेकिन आपने मुझे काफ़ी करज किया कि मैं समझ रहा था कि ये अनकम्प्लीट हुआ है मुझसे, मतलब मैं आगे नहीं जा सका।
हाँ, so आप डर रहे आगे जाने के लिए?
नहीं, वो डर का बिल्कुल सवाल ही पैदा नहीं होता।
कोई बात नहीं,
हज़रत साहब साथ थे तो डर कैसा?
कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, क्योंकि सिर्फ पहला दफ़ा आप कर रहे हो?
जी, पहली दफ़ा।
आप जो तज़किया कोर्स भी कर रहे हैं? नहीं,
अभी नहीं, अभी शुरू किया।
इसलिए
अभी पहला लेवल कंप्लीट किया।
माशाल्लाह, वो आपका लेवल भी देख रहे हैं, वो निशानी और क्योंकि वो when your relationship और मजबूत करेंगे with the teacher, with Hazrat Sahab, when you do more tazkiyah and you become more, your relationship become more stronger. आप अभी सब्र करें, be patient, and आपका relationship और मजबूत करें। How you make a relationship with the teacher stronger is itaat. Itaat meaning that whatever जो कुछ अमल दिया था, जो कुछ अमल है, the 5 amals, the sheet, the zikr, muraqabah, you do them and you become steadfast on that, and then spiritually try to connect with the teacher. When you become more and more,
मैं जो अभी आपने बताया ना 5 अमाल जो है, ये मैं 1 महीने से बल्कि ज़्यादा हज़रत साहब के डेनमार्क से जाने से पहले 1 महीना मैंने शुरू किया था।
माशाल्लाह।
और मैंने लास्ट नाइट हज़रत साहब को शीट दिखाई तो बहुत खुश हुए, वो कहने लगे कि अब नेक्स्ट स्टेप आप ये करें।
माशाल्लाह, वही this is the samara, the fruit of it. Now alhamdulillah, आप ट्रांसफर किया and you've gone to the source, which is Hazrat Sahab, and then you met our grand teacher Sayyidina Abdul Rahmatullah. देखो, you've gone to the original founders of the tariq.
उनको मैं देख नहीं पाया, सिर्फ रोशनी।
Don't worry about that, inshallah. वो आएंगे, inshallah. you do more tazkiyah and you create a relationship more and more, inshallah Aziz, then it will be more purer and clearer, inshallah Aziz, clearing it. Lekin sabr kare, inshallah Aziz, Allah santa aur rasta dikhayenge, inshallah.
हज़रत जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम व रहमतुल्लाह।
हज़रत जी कल मैं भी इन्हां नाल कीता सी तो मैं अपनी रूट ट्रांसफ़र हुई है मेरी, लेकिन मैं आगे नहीं जा सकिया।
आज अभी
कल इनके साथ ही किया था उर्दू में,
जी जी बेस में, लेकिन अभी क्या हुआ उस वक्त? अभी नहीं, कुछ नहीं हुआ, ट्रांसफर नहीं हुआ। लेकिन आप लताइफ का रंग देखा नहीं?
मुझे इंग्लिश में समझ नहीं लगती।
अच्छा, लताइफ का रंग है ना?
हाँ
वो तो
मैं ख्याल करके करता रहा, लेकिन मैनू नहीं उर्दू होंदा ना, फिर मैनू समझ लगती वो
पंजाबी मेरे ख्याल ज़रूरत है ना। अच्छा ठीक है, इंशाल्लाह बाई गुफाओं के साथ। बाई गुफाओं के साथ रूट ट्रांसफर किया, वही है माशाल्लाह, वो तो अच्छा है। That's माशाल्लाह बहुत अच्छा है, माशाल्लाह, that's good. So I think you need somebody speaking Punjabi, not Urdu. I think maybe better Punjabi. Then by Gufa will do another practice, inshallah Aziz, with you. आपके साथ practice करेंगे। हाँ समझ आया मुझे, क्योंकि हाँ समझ आया, इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूँ अब दोबारा प्रैक्टिस करें बागुफाम के साथ। अब वो जो इंशाल्लाह उर्दू और पंजाबी उस लैंग्वेज पे करेंगे इंशाल्लाह, कोई बात। But alhamdulillah mubarak anyway uncle, mashallah you transferred, so that's a good thing. So hopefully आप practice करें इंशाल्लाह, जारी रखें इंशाल्लाह, will be better. And अगली दफ़ा हम जब रिट्रीट होंगे आप इनसे शिरकत करें इंशाल्लाह, बने से खुसूसी रिट्रीट, मसलन सलाह का रिट्रीट वगैरह चीज़ में, मसलन सलाह का रिट्रीट और मुराकब मोहम्मद रिट्रीट, any one of them आप शिरकत करें इंशाल्लाह, it will be really beneficial. Anybody else like to relate? Wa'alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi.
When I transferred, Lataif's all good. When I transferred just I seen space, and then I seen planet, and then I decided to travel there, and I seen a different type of creation, and I don't know if they were jinn or something like this, just different type of creation, and they said that they did not want to share a world where the people who oppressed the Prophet ﷺ and Imam Hussein anhu, they didn't want to share a world with them. And I was shocked when I heard this, because I didn't even know I didn't understand how they knew. So they said that when they first heard the story, they used to live on earth, and they heard the story and they laughed. But once it was explained to them what happened when the 72 martyrs went one by one, it won their hearts one by one. And when Imam Hussein anhu passed away and they heard their story, they all converted to Islam. And they said that when so once they converted, they heard the stories and done research on the Prophet ﷺ and stuff like that. You know, they looked up on it, and once they found out everything, they didn't want to stay on earth, because they say that the people who oppressed the Prophet ﷺ and Imam Hussein and the army of Yazid shared the earth. So they said that they migrated to a different planet. And when I asked them, how do you learn about other things in Islam, they said Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani, Sayyidina Abdul Aziz the Bag and other awliyallahs come to visit them and teach them. And then Hazrat Sahib come from there, and then from there took me back to Earth. And as we were coming back, we seen like 2 shooting stars flying towards that planet. And Hazrat Sahib pointing out, this is Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Dabbagh and Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani going to teach them. And then Hazrat Sahib took me to Medina. And then when we landed there, they told me that even after their deaths, that the awliyas, they still have duties in terms of dawah and preaching, like Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani and so on. And they took me to Medina, where Karbala had just happened, where Imam Hussain radhiyallahu anhu had passed. So from there, behind me, I could see the women and children coming back from war, and they were crying and they had blood all over them. And I started to cry, and one of the women said that when she asked the army of Yazid, can she take the bodies back to Medina, they laughed and they said, if you want to take it back, you can take it back in bits. And she was crying, and then I met some of the brothers in front of the Prophet ﷺ's tomb, the grave, and we gave our condolences, saying sorry for the loss of your grandson. And Prophet ﷺ came out. There was a lot of noor, so we kept our heads down, and they came out and they said, do not despair or feel sorry for Hussein radhiyallahu anhu, Imam Hussein, but do feel sorry that they did not get their last wish. And one of the brothers questioned that, what was their last wish, and they said that such was the level of my Hussein, that their last wish was that they wished that their test was 10 times harder than it already was. And then they said again, such was the level of Iman of my Hussein. And then we come back, and then Hazrat Sahib just asked us, what nasiha did the Prophet ﷺ give you? And then we explained it, and we transferred back.
MashaAllah. It's not a strange phenomenon that the certain awliya Allahs, which is of the Ahl Divan, of the Ghaus and the Qutub, they have certain duties and permission. That it is not a strange thing that Sayyidina Abdul Barah mentioned in Kitab al-Briz that these awliya Allahs, sometimes they fly to different worlds in different galaxies and different creation, they meet different creation. All these creation, they recognize the awliya Allah, whoever they are. That is once they traveled. I'm just going to give a quick story that to the nearest effect, that once Sayyidina Barahullah and they drew the shakal of a creation, where said whatever came to their head, like this many arms, this many heads, this many legs, whatever which your imagination can actually think of, it exists somewhere in this whole cosmos, in this universe, in this existence, and there are so many different worlds. So they went and they found this creation. Okay, they went and found, as they traveled in the journeys, I'm just to the nearest, I'm just vaguely remembering stories that as they traveled in the journeys, they also met up with a certain type, in a certain world. They took a side store, and they landed in one of the worlds, and they saw this different creation. They asked him, how is Abu Madian? They said, how do you know him? He was also the man of his time as well. So they say, everybody knows Abu Madian. In other words, that the Ghaus and the Qutub, there are different worlds that they travel to, and they meet different creation. This is nothing new. What you're seeing is, alhamdulillah, correct in terms of there are different worlds, different creations that certain awliya, as they go, they visit, and some of them teach angels, some of them teach different creation, different thing, marifah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's just fine. The lesson for us, for me and you to take from that is that, look, for these creation that they found it so abhorrent when such zulm is being done upon upon the Ahlul Bayt and Sayyidina Imam Hussain that itna nafrat hai that they don't even want to be in the same land or the same planet as those people did zulm. What are these people doing? They are what? Doing harm. In other words, they're doing harm to the Ahlul Bayt, harm to the message of Islam. They're disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by doing harm. We are sinning Allah, we are sinning day and night. We are, let alone, for example, there's zulmut, there's darkness. These people have said, these Christians said is that because of this darkness, because of the dhulmat, because of this what's happened, we don't want to go anywhere near these people. We want to, if there's another world that we can go to, we'd rather prefer this. Me and you, we are seeing dhulmat, we're seeing darkness, this darkness of sin, the darkness of disobedience. We're not running away, we are actually engrossed in it. We're befriending it. We're not going away from it. So that's the message that means that we should also run away from darkness, run away from dhulmat, run away from evil. In other words, that don't befriend evil, don't befriend and show a likeness for evil. You should now find a way of staying away and show your displeasure towards evil and disobedience and sin. That's one of it. The other aspect you're saying about, so that's one is that the awliya, the different categories of awliya and salihin, they have different duties, and even from the past as well. Look, Sayyidina Abu Subhanakallah, they're still coming to guide us. Sayyidina Qadir Jilani, they're still coming to guide us. These are the duties that they have. They still, certain awliya Allahs, their spirit has been given permission to come back and help people, whoever needs assistance, like Sayyidina Khidr. He's one of those categories of Buzurg who's there as well. So here that's one. Number two is that dislikeness, running away, and dislikeness of dhulmat and of oppression. We should make sure that we also dislike it, and we should show our displeasure as well. Not actually entertaining it and being engrossed in it as well. No, we shouldn't be doing that. Number four is that you heard about the Prophet saying about Sayyidina Muhammad said that he wished that he was 10 times harder, even harder. In other words, that is the level of iman, because they also see, you see, we see difficulty, but they see pleasure. When they're doing the Qurban, we see as that they're in hardship, they're in difficulty, but what's happening is that just like Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, is that when they're put in the fire, we saw fire, and the nature of fire is what? Heat, it's going to burn. But it was bliss for Sayyidina Ibrahim. So, in other words that, inshallah, in other words that here, when Sayyidina Imam Hussein is saying is that he saw that the intimacy and the ladha of the qurban that he's doing is that it's at such high level, he wants to even gain even more nearness and proximity to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through this qurban, through this sacrifice. He wanted it even more. Even despite the fact that his body has been slain, he wished that just like the martyrs, they say that the one wish that all the martyrs, the shuhada, they have is that they wish they could go back to the world and then again experience that martyrdom again, that giving, sacrificing again, because there is such a pleasure when they actually sacrifice that no other thing exists to actually give them that experience, that pleasure when they have the mushahada of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at that time. And they wish, so imagine the level of the sacrifice that you do with the level of the mushahada and the experience of the experience at that time. So they wish it could be even more. So yes, this is something for us to actually ponder and think what the level of sacrifice, what we're doing is not to actually give up our life as such, is can we give up sin? Can we give up looking at things, hearing things, backbiting things, and so on. These are the level that we have to do our qurbani. Let's try and do that, inshallah. Anyway, it's time for your sahri, inshallah. The food is ready. I've been given the message. So if you kindly make yourself upstairs, get ready for the food, inshallah. Jazakum wa subhanakum wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik.